sometimes people say it's just a few bad apples. You know, it's one person or two people that did this. It wasn't the whole system. But if the system protects those few bad apples, what does that make the system? If it protects them and collaborates with them, and it stretches that thing out to a point to where now you're going into 5 to 10 years, what does that tell you about the system? And so someone has to understand that. You know, I hear, we talk about all the times about what we can do to make a difference. When it comes down to really making a difference, I can tell you here and now, you're gonna put it on the line. You're putting your career, you're putting your life, you're putting a lot of things on it, especially when you're carrying a badge and a gun. You put that on the line when you decide that you're gonna make a difference. And when we watch these shows sometime and we watch it, today has gotten to a point now we can see brutality right on television, right in front of us. We can see the helicopter flying around, and we can see the police officers kicking and stomping and doing things to people that they don't have to do. It's excessive force. We're watching, using tasers on people, old people, pulling them out of cars and tasering people. All of these things, and before you know it, the world gets numb to it, like, oh, well, there's another one. You don't realize sooner or later that may be you or somebody you care about. And so what I had to do was decide on that. I didn't have to. I'll never forget, at one point in time, they wanted to settle my situation. And they sat in the room and they looked at me and they said, look, we're gonna give you this amount of money and we're gonna settle your situation. And let me tell you something, it was a good amount of money. Everything looked right to me. And I looked at it and I was getting ready and I was thinking about taking offer. And then all of a sudden I said, well, will you admit that you are still doing this in the system and the system needs to be repaired? And I never forget, because the U.S. attorney and them who was working the case and was wanting to sell, they said, he rubbed his head and he was like, why are you concerned about those other folks? It's time you take care of you. It's time you take care of you and fix your situation. This amount of money and stuff can fix you. And then he made a mistake and he told me about a female who was once like me who tried to fix the system. And he said, let me tell you something. He said, if we didn't offer her what we're offering you, but she tried to be just like you, she wanted to fix the system. He said, and let me tell you what happened to her. She lost her case and everything she had. And I thought about that woman, and all of a sudden, when I was getting weak and I was down and out, because by that time, everybody was walking away from me. Nobody wanted to be around.